God is sending a final warning. A tragedy is moving toward your house. And if you do not act now, it may be too late to stop it. So, listen to God now, before it is too late. I am calling you in this very moment because danger is drawing closer than you realize. And if you scroll away, you may miss the instruction that can shield your home from loss and heartbreak. I am not speaking to terrify you, but to awaken you, because what is approaching can still be stopped if you obey my voice without delay. Do not treat this lightly, because what I am revealing now is connected to your safety, your peace, and the protection of those you love. If you believe I am warning you out of love, come on, Amen. I am sending this final warning because choices are unfolding around you that are opening a door to sorrow. And I will not allow you to walk blindly into pain without trying to stop you. A tragedy is on its way to your house means the path you are currently on, the company you are keeping, or the habit you are ignoring is creating a chain of events that could end in devastation. This is not fate carved in stone. Because I am still speaking, and my voice means there is still time. If you listen carefully and act quickly, what seems certain can be overturned by my power. In the next few moments, I will show you what must change. But you must stay attentive, because every instruction matters more than you understand right now. I need you focused, not distracted, because the smallest act of obedience can block the largest storm. Before you go any further, press like on this video as a sign that you receive this warning with a serious heart and that you are willing to stand with me in obedience. Your response shows me that you are not brushing this aside, but choosing to guard your house. The tragedy I speak of is not random chaos falling from nowhere, but the result of ignored red flags and silenced convictions that I have already placed inside you. I have whispered to you about a person whose presence drains your peace, yet you continue to welcome them into your inner circle. I have nudged your spirit about a decision that feels rushed and unstable, yet you keep telling yourself everything will somehow work out. I am telling you clearly now that if you do not pause and correct these steps, the consequences may reach your doorstep. You have felt the uneasiness in your chest when certain conversations happen, and that feeling is not anxiety without reason, but my spirit alerting you. You have sensed that something is off in your home, whether in relationships, finance, or hidden tensions that no one discusses openly. I am exposing this because I love you, and I refuse to watch you suffer when a simple act of surrender can redirect your future. My warning is proof that you are not abandoned, but deeply cared for. Act now means close the door I have shown you is unsafe. Act now means withdraw from the agreement that does not carry my peace. Act now means pray over your house, remove what invites darkness, and seek reconciliation where pride has built walls. When you choose obedience, you are not acting alone, because my strength moves with you and surrounds your home like a shield. Do not wait for visible disaster before deciding to take me seriously. By the time the storm becomes obvious to everyone, it may already be too late to prevent damage. I am speaking while there is still a window of mercy open over your house. That window will not remain open forever, because delayed obedience slowly becomes disobedience. There is a pattern forming around you, and if you continue ignoring it, it will tighten its grip. I see conversations that are leading toward betrayal. I see financial decisions that could place unbearable strain on your household. I see emotional wounds that are festering and turning into bitterness that could fracture your family if left untreated. I am not telling you this to make you afraid of every step you take, but to guide you into wisdom and protection. When I warn you, It is because I have already prepared a way of escape. There is a safer path, and I am inviting you to walk it with me before the consequences of the current path unfold. If you trust that I am protecting you even now, comment 760 d'accept, the tragedy can be cancelled, but only if you humble yourself and respond quickly. Pride will whisper that you are overreacting and that nothing serious will happen. Distraction will tell you to think about this later when you have more time. I am telling you that later may not exist in the way you expect, because the seeds being planted today can bear bitter fruit very soon. Go into your home and pray aloud instead of keeping your faith silent. Speak peace into rooms where tension lingers. Remove influences that pull your heart away from my guidance. Distance yourself from conversations that stir anger, jealousy, or reckless ambition. I want you to understand that my warning is also a declaration that you are chosen and worth saving. If I did not care, I would allow events to unfold without interruption. Instead, I am interrupting your routine to redirect your destiny. That is not punishment, but protection wrapped in urgency. Your house is meant to be a place of joy and safety, not a stage for regret and mourning. I desire laughter in your rooms, unity at your table, and rest in your nights. The approaching tragedy is a shadow trying to claim space that belongs to my light. Stand with me now, and that shadow will lose its power. You have noticed how certain arguments repeat themselves, how the same tension keeps circling back even after promises are made. That repetition is a warning sign, not just a personality difference or a bad mood. When conflicts are ignored instead of healed, they harden hearts and create cracks in the foundation of your household. If those cracks widen, the weight of pressure from outside forces can cause everything to collapse at once. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There are also unseen influences pressing against your peace, and you have felt them in quiet moments when your mind refuses to rest. These influences come through environments and relationships that do not honor my presence. When you allow negativity to remain unchecked, it becomes comfortable and eventually destructive. I am urging you to cleanse your space, both physically and spiritually, so that what is dark finds no place to attach itself. This tragedy is not limited to one area, because the enemy of your peace looks for any opening. It can enter through careless words that wound someone deeply. It can enter through financial decisions made in desperation rather than prayer. It can enter through secrets that grow heavier. Each day they are hidden. I want you to sit with me in stillness and examine what you have been avoiding. Think about the person you keep giving chances to, even though their actions keep hurting your household. Think about the responsibility you keep postponing because facing it feels overwhelming. The tragedy gains momentum through avoidance, and it slows down when truth is faced directly. You are not powerless in this moment. Even if you feel small against what seems to be building, I have given you discernment, and that discernment is sharper than you realize. The unease you feel is not weakness, but awareness. When you act according to that awareness, you step into my protection in a deeper way. I need you to guard your words carefully in the coming days. Words spoken in anger can ignite fires that burn longer than you expect. Words spoken in fear can create decisions that pull your house into chaos. Choose restraint, choose prayer, and choose patience over reaction. You must also protect your finances with wisdom. If you have been tempted to make a risky move out of pressure or comparison, pause and seek my guidance. Debt, misplaced trust, or careless agreements can bring strain that tests every relationship under your roof. The tragedy I am warning you about may wear the mask of opportunity at first, but its outcome carries sorrow if you rush forward blindly. There is someone around you whose influence is subtle but heavy. Their presence shifts the atmosphere in ways you cannot fully explain. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with them, because your spirit senses what your mind tries to ignore. Distance is not cruelty when it is necessary for protection. Do not let guilt keep you tied to situations that are harming your household. Love does not require you to sacrifice your peace for the comfort of someone who refuses to change. I am teaching you that boundaries are not rejection, but wisdom. When you set them firmly and calmly, you close doors that tragedy tries to enter through. I also see exhaustion in you, and exhaustion makes it harder to recognize danger. When you are tired, you lower your guard and accept what you would normally question. Rest is not laziness, but strength, because a clear mind discerns better than a weary one. Take time to restore yourself in my presence, so that you are alert and steady. The warning I am giving is firm because the stakes are high, but my heart toward you is gentle. I am not condemning you for what you have overlooked. I am calling you higher, so that your house stands secure. Every instruction I give is rooted in love that refuses to watch you suffer unnecessarily. Pray over each room in your home and invite my peace to settle there. Speak forgiveness where bitterness has been allowed to linger. Address the conversations that need honesty instead of pretending everything is fine. These steps may feel uncomfortable, but they will disarm what is trying to grow in the shadows. If you receive this correction as protection and not as criticism, Comment 1212. You must understand that tragedy often begins quietly before it becomes loud. It begins with small compromises that seem harmless at first. It begins with ignoring instincts that are meant to guide you. It begins with allowing fear to make decisions instead of faith. Faith is not denial of reality, but trust in my direction. When you align your choices with my guidance, outcomes shift in ways that defy expectation. I can stop what is coming, but I will not override your will. Your cooperation invites my intervention. There may be conversations you need to have that you have been postponing for months. Speak calmly and honestly without accusation. Clear misunderstandings before they become permanent divisions. Your willingness to initiate healing can prevent a rupture that would otherwise wound everyone involved. Watch what enters your home through media, through conversations, and through attitudes. What you repeatedly expose yourself to eventually shapes your thinking and behavior. Replace what feeds fear and conflict with what strengthens unity and hope. I am not asking for perfection, but for intentional choices. Do not underestimate the power of daily prayer over your household. Consistency builds a shield that repels unseen threats. Even short moments of sincere connection with me shift the atmosphere more than long hours of worry. Invite me into your decisions before they become emergencies. The tragedy I warned you about is not greater than my power. It is only greater than your strength when you try to handle everything alone. Lean on me, and I will steady you when emotions rise and pressure increases. My presence in your house changes outcomes that once seemed inevitable. You are not hearing this by accident. I am speaking because I have already seen the crossroads ahead. One path leads to regret that could have been avoided. The other leads to peace secured through timely obedience. Do not let pride convince you that you can manage without adjustment. Humility will save you from pain that arrogance invites. When you admit where you need to change, you create space for my grace to move. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. If you act now, you will look back later and realize that what could have broken your house never even reached your door. You will see how a simple decision made in alignment with my voice altered the entire direction of events. That is how protection works when it is embraced rather than ignored. I am still giving you time, and that time is a gift. Use it wisely, because gifts can be squandered when taken for granted. I am calling you to alertness, to courage, and to trust. There is a habit in your life that seems private and contained, yet its effects ripple further than you admit. It may be anger that flares too quickly, spending that exceeds wisdom, or silence when truth should be spoken. These patterns may feel manageable now, but left unchecked, they can create fractures that split your household in ways that feel sudden. I am urging you to confront that habit directly and surrender it to me before it becomes the spark that ignites something far more destructive. You must also pay attention to the emotional atmosphere in your home. Words left unsaid build tension that eventually erupts without warning. When disappointment is buried instead of addressed, it turns into resentment that poisons connection. I want you to create space for honest dialogue, not with shouting or accusation, but with humility and patience. The tragedy approaching your house could manifest as a broken relationship that once felt unshakable. It could appear as financial strain that exposes weaknesses you refuse to acknowledge. It could show itself as a sudden separation born from years of unspoken hurt. None of these outcomes are beyond my ability to prevent, but they require your willingness to act now. Do not ignore the voice inside you that tells you something must change. That inner conviction is my spirit guiding you towards safety. When you silence it repeatedly, you dull your discernment and open the door wider. When you respond to it quickly, you strengthen your protection. You may feel tempted to blame others for the instability you sense. It is easier to point outward than to examine inward, but true strength begins when you ask where your own choices have contributed to the pattern. This is not about shame, but about responsibility that empowers you to shift direction. There is also a spiritual dimension to what is forming around your house. Negative thoughts, fear-filled conversations, and constant criticism create an environment where peace struggles to breathe. When your home becomes saturated with anxiety and anger, it weakens unity. Invite my presence deliberately and often, because light displaces darkness without struggle. You must be careful not to let pride keep you from apologizing where you have been wrong. A sincere apology can dismantle walls that months of silence have built. Refusing to humble yourself may seem like strength, but it can trigger consequences that feel irreversible later. Humility today prevents heartbreak tomorrow. If you recognize that I am correcting you out of love and not condemnation. Comment 555. I want you to see that this warning is a form of grace. Many walk into disaster without any inner alarm or guidance. You are hearing my voice because I desire to spare you from regret. This is not about punishment, but about protection. The tragedy will lose its path when you realign your priorities. If work has consumed your attention while your family feels unseen, shift your focus before distance becomes permanent. If distractions have replaced meaningful connection, restore intentional time together. The small acts of care you choose now will fortify your house against future strain. Guard your reactions in moments of frustration. A single harsh sentence can echo longer than you imagine. When emotions rise, pause before speaking and ask me to steady your heart. That pause can prevent damage that apologies later cannot fully erase. I also want you to strengthen your spiritual foundation. Pray together if possible, even if it feels awkward at first. Invite gratitude into conversations instead of constant complaint. Gratitude reshapes perspective and disarms negativity. Be mindful of who has access to your private matters. Not every ear is safe for your vulnerabilities. Sharing intimate struggles with those who lack wisdom can invite misunderstanding and gossip. Protect the sacred parts of your household with discernment. The tragedy I warned about thrives in secrecy mixed with denial. If there is something hidden that needs to come into the light, bring it forward carefully and honestly. Secrets grow heavier over time and create cracks in trust. Truth may feel uncomfortable, but it clears the air and strengthens the structure of your home. Do not wait for visible signs of collapse before taking these steps. By the time outward signs appear, internal damage may already be deep. Prevention is far less painful than repair. I am offering you prevention through awareness and direction. You might feel overwhelmed by the idea of addressing everything at once. Remember that obedience does not require perfection in a single day. Start with one step, then another. Consistent small corrections build powerful protection over time. I am also urging you to release fear. Fear can paralyze you into inaction, which is exactly what accelerates the tragedy. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. When you step forward in faith, I strengthen you beyond your own ability. Look at your daily routine and ask where it leads. If your habits continue unchanged for months, what direction will your house move in? That projection reveals the path you are currently on. Adjust now so that your future reflects peace rather than regret. Speak blessings over your home instead of constantly predicting problems. Words carry weight in the spiritual realm. When you declare unity, stability, and protection, you align your household with my promises. Negative declarations, even said casually, can shape expectation and behavior in harmful ways. I am reminding you that you are not destined for tragedy. You are called to stability, growth, and joy. The warning exists because your destiny matters. I am protecting something valuable in your life. If you act with courage and humility, you will see how events shift quietly in your favor. Conflicts that seemed ready to explode will calm. Opportunities that seemed risky will reveal safer alternatives. Relationships that felt strained will soften through honesty. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The tragedy can still be stopped at the edge of your property. So to speak, it does not have permission to enter unless doors are left open through neglect or stubbornness. Close those doors now through prayer, wise decisions, and sincere reconciliation. I am walking beside you in this process. You are not correcting your path alone. My strength is available for every difficult conversation and every hard decision. Do not let comfort with the familiar keep you in a dangerous pattern. Familiar does not always mean safe. Sometimes growth requires stepping away from what you have tolerated for too long. You are hearing this because I believe in your ability to change course. I would not call you higher if you were incapable of rising. The power to protect your house lies in your willingness to respond. There are attitudes that have been tolerated in your home that are weakening its foundation. Sarcasm that cuts deeper than it appears. Impatience that leaves others feeling small. Or constant criticism that erodes confidence over time are not harmless habits. These patterns shape the atmosphere of your house more than you think. If left unchanged, they can turn love into distance and unity into silent separation. I am asking you to examine the tone you carry when you walk through your door. Do you bring peace with you? Or do you bring stress that fills the room immediately? The energy you release influences everyone under your roof. When you choose calmness and gentleness, you strengthen the walls of your household against future storms. The tragedy I warned about may attempt to enter through division. Division does not begin with hatred, but with small misunderstandings that go unresolved. When pride prevents you from clarifying what was meant, assumptions grow and harden. I want you to break that cycle by seeking clarity instead of silently building resentment. You must also pay attention to how you handle disappointment. When expectations are not met, bitterness can quietly take root. Bitterness changes how you interpret everything that follows. If you allow it to grow, it can twist your perception until even kindness begins to feel suspicious. Release the weight of unspoken frustration before it becomes something heavier. Speak gently and honestly, instead of allowing tension to simmer beneath the surface. When communication is open, tragedy struggles to find a doorway. When silence replaces honesty, it finds room to spread. There is also the matter of distraction, pulling you away from what truly matters. Endless scrolling, constant busyness, and avoiding meaningful connection weaken the bonds inside your home. Relationships require attention and intention, not leftover energy at the end of the day. Reclaim your focus and invest it where it will build strength instead of emptiness. I see where exhaustion has made you careless in areas that require vigilance. When you are tired, you accept what you would normally challenge. You tolerate disrespect because confronting it feels exhausting. You postpone important conversations because rest feels more urgent. Rest is important, but avoidance is not restoration. True rest comes when your conscience is clear and your house is in order. Address what needs attention, and then your sleep will be deeper and your mind will become quieter. Ignoring problems only delays them while they gather strength. The tragedy approaching your house could become a breaking point that surprises you if you keep pretending everything is fine. I do not want you shocked by something that was preventable. I am speaking now so that later you will look back and see that obedience changed everything. If you are ready to guard your home with courage, comment 1010. You must also guard your reactions during moments of stress. Pressure reveals what has been building beneath the surface. If anger rises quickly, it shows that something deeper needs healing. Address that root now before it damages relationships beyond repair. Invite me into your daily rhythm instead of only seeking me when fear appears. When my presence becomes a consistent part of your home, peace settles in naturally. Daily gratitude, short prayers, and intentional kindness build an atmosphere that resists chaos. The tragedy loses power in a house anchored in steady faith. There may be a decision you are considering that looks financially promising but feels spiritually unsettling. Do not ignore that unsettled feeling. Quick gain can lead to long strain if it lacks wisdom. I would rather you move slowly in security than rush into something that destabilizes your household. Watch the influence of those who advise you. Not every voice around you understands the weight of what you carry. Advice given without discernment can lead you away from stability. Seek counsel from those who value integrity and peace more than excitement and risk. I also want you to protect the trust within your house. Trust, once broken, is not easily restored. If secrets, deceptions, or half-truths are lingering, bring them into the light carefully and honestly. Truth may sting briefly, but lies wound deeply over time. You are not being warned because disaster is inevitable. You are being warned because change is possible. The future is not fixed when obedience is still an option. My voice is proof that mercy is active over your home. Be intentional with how you spend your time together. Shared meals, conversations without devices, and small acts of appreciation strengthen bonds that can withstand pressure. Neglect creates distance, and distance invites misunderstanding. Choose connection deliberately before separation begins to feel natural. The tragedy may try to exploit weaknesses you have overlooked for years. What seems minor now can become critical later if it is not addressed. Strengthen those weak places with humility and effort. Reinforce your foundation before heavy winds test it. Do not let comparison steal contentment from your home. Envy creates dissatisfaction that poisons gratitude. When you focus on what others have, you risk undervaluing what you already possess. Gratitude anchors you in reality and shields you from unnecessary strain. I am reminding you that your house was meant to be a place of refuge. It was not meant to carry constant tension and unresolved conflict. I am calling you back to that vision. When you align with that purpose, the shadow of tragedy begins to retreat. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file has exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. If you feel conviction stirring within you right now, respond to it quickly. Do not silence it with excuses or distractions. That conviction is a protective signal, not en accusation. Acting on it may feel uncomfortable at first, but it will bring peace later. You are capable of shifting the direction of your household. I have placed strength and wisdom within you. Use them intentionally and consistently. Small, faithful steps taken today will block larger sorrow tomorrow. Do not underestimate the power of forgiveness within your home. Holding on to past mistakes keeps wounds open. When you forgive sincerely, you close doors that resentment tries to hold open. Forgiveness restores warmth where cold distance was forming. I am still giving you time, and that time is precious. Do not waste it by assuming everything will fix itself. What is neglected rarely heals on its own. What is confronted with humility often transforms. The tragedy on its way does not have authority over you when you stand in alignment with me. It may approach, but it cannot remain where peace is actively guarded. Close every open door through prayer, wise action, and sincere effort. There is emotional distance growing where closeness once felt natural. You have sensed it in short conversations and forced smiles. When hearts begin to drift apart quietly, the separation often feels sudden only at the end. I am urging you to notice the drift while it is still reversible. Pride has been standing in the way of healing more than you realize. You want to be understood, but you hesitate to understand. You want change from others, but resist change within yourself. This imbalance feeds tension that can eventually snap under pressure. The tragedy I warned you about could come as a moment when someone decides they have endured enough. It could be a decision made in private that leaves you stunned. I do not want you blindsided by something that has been slowly building in plain sight. Address what is fragile before it breaks completely. You must also examine your spiritual consistency when prayer becomes rare and gratitude fades. The atmosphere of your home shifts subtly. Peace is not automatic. It is cultivated. Invite my presence intentionally instead of assuming it will remain without attention. There are distractions competing for your focus, pulling you away from what truly needs care. Endless tasks and outside demands have crowded out meaningful connection. When the most important relationships receive the least attention, imbalance follows. Restore order by prioritizing what strengthens your household. I see frustration that has been swallowed instead of expressed. That frustration is not disappearing. It is settling beneath the surface. When enough of it accumulates, it can erupt in ways that damage trust deeply. Release it carefully and respectfully before it hardens into bitterness. You must guard your tone in moments of disagreement. Words spoken without restraint can linger in memory long after the argument ends. Choose patience. Even when you feel justified in your anger, patience now prevents regret later. If you are willing to confront what has been uncomfortable to face, comme en 999. There is also a financial undercurrent that needs attention. Spending driven by emotion or comparison can quietly destabilize your household. I am not asking you to live in fear, but in wisdom. Careful planning and honest conversation about money will block unnecessary strain. Watch the influences that shape your expectations. Unrealistic standards borrowed from others can create dissatisfaction in your own home. Contentment protects peace. When gratitude is present, comparison loses its grip. The tragedy approaching may attempt to exploit unresolved wounds from your past. Old hurts that were never fully healed can resurface under stress. Take time to address those wounds with honesty and prayer. Healing strengthens you against future pressure. I am also urging you to protect the trust that binds your household together. Even small acts of dishonesty weaken that trust. Transparency may feel vulnerable, but it fortifies connection. Secrets erode what openness builds. There is someone near you who feels unheard. Their silence is not contentment, it is resignation. When someone begins to withdraw emotionally, it signals deeper unrest. Reach out gently and sincerely before distance becomes permanent. You may feel overwhelmed by the thought of addressing all these areas. Remember that change begins with a single step taken in humility. You do not need to solve everything at once. Consistency matters more than speed. The warning I am giving you is not meant to paralyze you with fear. It is meant to awaken you to responsibility. When you respond with courage instead of avoidance, you align your house with protection. Obedience is your shield in this season. Guard your home against constant negativity. Complaints spoken daily create a heavy atmosphere. Replace them with intentional appreciation. Appreciation builds resilience that withstands stress. The tragedy can still be turned away, but you must resist the temptation to minimize what you sense. Ignoring intuition weakens discernment. Acting on conviction strengthens your awareness and sharpens your wisdom. I am guiding you through that inner awareness. You must also pay attention to your own emotional health. If you are running on empty, your reactions will reflect that depletion. Take time to restore yourself in my presence. Strength within you creates stability around you. Do not allow small resentments to accumulate. Address them calmly and respectfully before they multiply. A house filled with unresolved grievances becomes fragile under pressure. A house committed to reconciliation grows stronger with each conflict resolved. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long: that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. I want you to understand that I am not predicting inevitable loss. I am revealing potential consequences so you can prevent them. Mercy is active right now because I am still speaking. That alone proves that change is possible. Be careful not to let stubbornness delay necessary correction. Admitting where you need growth is not weakness. It is maturity. Growth protects what stubbornness endangers. Choose humility before circumstances force it upon you. There may be conversations you have rehearsed in your mind but never spoken aloud. Speak them with gentleness and clarity. Silence often magnifies misunderstanding. Honest words spoken in love reduce tension and restore balance. I am also calling you to strengthen your spiritual foundation daily. Even brief moments of prayer together anchor your home in peace. Consistent faith builds a barrier that chaos struggles to cross. Make space for that consistency intentionally. If you continue ignoring these adjustments, the tragedy may manifest as sudden fracture that feels unfair and unexpected. I do not want you asking how it happened when the signs were present. Awareness now spares regret later. Remember that you are not alone in making these changes. I am guiding and empowering you. Each obedient step invites my intervention more deeply into your household. Protection increases as alignment increases. Let your home become a place where honesty is welcomed, forgiveness is practiced, and gratitude is spoken daily. That atmosphere weakens every attempt of tragedy to settle there. Light displaces darkness without struggle. You have more influence over the direction of your house than you realize. Your tone, your choices, and your humility shape outcomes profoundly. Use that influence wisely and intentionally. Small, faithful adjustments today will produce stability tomorrow. The warning remains urgent because the window for easy correction does not stay open forever. Act while change is still simple. Do not wait until consequences demand painful repair. Prevention is gentler than recovery. There is a tension in your house that has become so normal that you barely notice it anymore. Short answers, guarded expressions, conversations that stay on the surface. These are not harmless habits. They are warning signs. When connection weakens slowly, collapse can feel sudden. You have been telling yourself that things will settle down on their own. You have hoped that time would fix what effort has not addressed. Time does not heal what is neglected. It often exposes it. The tragedy approaching your house could be a moment of emotional breaking. It could be someone saying they feel alone, even while living under the same roof. It could be a decision made out of exhaustion rather than love. I am showing you this now because there is still space to repair what is strained. You must take responsibility for the emotional climate you contribute to. If you walk in carrying irritation from the outside world and release it inside your home, you shift the atmosphere. If you choose gentleness instead of sharpness, you restore balance. Your daily tone carries more weight than you realize. I also see silent fears you have not expressed, financial worries, insecurities, doubts about the future. When these fears stay hidden, they influence your behavior in subtle ways. Speak about them with honesty so they do not control you from the shadows. The tragedy I warned you about may attempt to enter through isolation. Isolation makes problems grow louder in the mind. When communication stops, assumptions multiply. Reopen conversations before silence becomes permanent. Do not underestimate the power of appreciation in your household. When gratitude is absent, dissatisfaction grows. Speak what you value about those around you. Appreciation softens hearts that are becoming hard. You must guard against emotional withdrawal. Pulling back may feel like protection, but it often creates deeper distance. Stay engaged even when it feels uncomfortable. Presence strengthens bonds that absence weakens. If you are ready to confront what has been quietly building and refuse to let it destroy your home. Comment 222. There is also a spiritual battle for the peace of your house. Negative thoughts repeated often become beliefs. Beliefs shape actions, and actions shape outcomes. Replace fearful thinking with trust in my guidance. You may have been tolerating behavior that chips away at respect. Small dismissive remarks or patterns of disregard can erode trust slowly. Address them calmly before they solidify into resentment. Respect restored now prevents separation later. I am also calling you to examine your priorities honestly. If work, entertainment, or outside commitments receive your best energy while your home receives what is left, imbalance will grow. Redirect your focus intentionally. What you nurture flourishes. What you neglect fades. The tragedy approaching your house does not need a dramatic trigger. It can be the result of accumulated neglect. Do not let comfort with routine blind you to necessary change. Stability requires maintenance. There may be forgiveness that has been spoken with words, but not truly embraced in the heart. Unresolved hurt lingers beneath the surface even after apologies. Seek deeper healing instead of superficial peace. True forgiveness restores warmth and trust. I want you to recognize that correction now is far easier than repair later. When fractures are small, they can be sealed quickly. When they widen, rebuilding becomes painful. Choose prevention while it is still simple. Guard your reactions during conflict carefully. Winning an argument is not worth losing connection. Humility diffuses tension faster than defensiveness. When you choose understanding over pride, you block tragedy at its root. There is someone in your house who needs reassurance more than they admit. Their silence is not strength. It is uncertainty. Offer affirmation without being asked. Security strengthens loyalty. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You must also be mindful of how you speak about your home to others. Words of complaint spoken publicly weaken unity privately. Protect your household's dignity. Speak about it with hope and commitment. The tragedy I warned you about could also take the form of emotional burnout. Constant pressure without rest creates cracks. Schedule intentional moments of joy and connection. Shared laughter builds resilience against stress. I am not warning you to create fear, but to inspire action. You are not doomed. You are being guided. The very fact that you are hearing this means mercy is active over your house. Responding with obedience seals that mercy in place. Do not let pride keep you from seeking counsel if needed. Wisdom sometimes comes through trusted guidance. Asking for help is not weakness, it is protection. Isolation magnifies problems that shared insight can solve. Watch the patterns of communication in your home. If sarcasm has replaced sincerity, restore respect. If avoidance has replaced dialogue, initiate conversation. Small shifts in communication create large shifts in atmosphere. The tragedy may attempt to arrive suddenly, but its preparation has been gradual. You are being invited to interrupt that preparation. Interrupt it with honesty. Interrupt it with prayer. Interrupt it with humility. Strengthen your spiritual discipline intentionally. Even brief moments of prayer together Anchor your house in peace. Consistency builds a covering that stress struggles to penetrate. Make room for that covering every day. You are not powerless in this situation. Your decisions right now carry weight for the months and years ahead. Do not treat this season casually. It is a crossroads disguised as routine. If you choose to act, the outcome will look very different from what could have been. Tension will soften. Stability will grow. What once felt fragile will regain strength. The warning remains urgent because delay increases risk. Act while relationships can still be healed with simple effort. Act before silence hardens into distance. Act before stress turns into rupture. I am walking beside you in every adjustment you make. My presence strengthens your courage and steadies your emotions. You are capable of protecting your house because I am guiding you. Do not assume tomorrow will offer easier circumstances. Tomorrow reflects what you choose today. Choose wisely. Choose humility. Choose connection. What was moving toward your house? As tragedy can still be turned aside completely, it does not have authority when you align your actions with my guidance. Your obedience changes outcomes. I want to go even deeper with you now, because surface corrections are not enough if the roots remain untouched. The tragedy I warned you about is connected to patterns that began long before this week or this month. Some of them were formed years ago, and you have carried them quietly into your home without realizing their weight. I am asking you to be brave enough to look at those roots. There are reactions you learned long ago that no longer serve you. When you feel criticized, you shut down. When you feel pressured, you become sharp. When you feel afraid, you try to control everything around you. These responses may have protected you once, but now they threaten the peace of your house. The tragedy on its way to your house feeds on those old patterns. It grows stronger each time you react automatically instead of intentionally. I am not condemning you for how you learned to survive. I am calling you into a higher way of living that protects not only you, but everyone under your roof. You must slow down your reactions and examine them. Ask yourself why certain words trigger such strong emotions. Notice where your tone shifts without you intending it. Awareness is the first step in breaking cycles that could otherwise damage your home. There is also a deeper issue of trust that needs healing. If you constantly expect disappointment, you will interpret neutral situations as threats. That constant tension creates distance. I am inviting you to rebuild trust through transparency and consistency. The tragedy I warned you about could appear as a moment when someone feels they can no longer reach you. Emotional unavailability can be just as destructive as loud conflict. When someone stops trying to connect, it signals deep discouragement. Do not let that moment arrive without making an effort to prevent it. I need you to be intentional about listening. Listen without planning your response. Listen without defending yourself immediately. When people feel heard, walls begin to lower. When they feel dismissed, walls rise quickly. There is also an undercurrent of fatigue affecting your judgment. You have been carrying responsibilities quietly, and that burden is wearing on you. Exhaustion makes everything feel heavier, and every conflict feel larger. Take time to rest in my presence so your perspective can become clear again. Do not allow stress from outside your home to dictate the atmosphere inside it. Work pressure, financial strain, or outside opinions should not control how you treat those closest to you. Separate external stress from internal connection. Your house should be a place of restoration, not a place where tension overflows. If you are willing to break old patterns so your home can thrive, comme en 1515, I also want you to examine where pride has prevented apology. You may feel justified in certain reactions, But justification does not always equal wisdom. A simple apology can dissolve days of tension. Refusing to humble yourself can extend conflict far longer than necessary. The tragedy approaching your house may not look dramatic at first. It may look like gradual emotional distance. It may look like parallel lives being lived under one roof. That slow drift is just as serious as a sudden rupture. You must protect shared time deliberately. Meals eaten separately, evenings spent in separate rooms, and constant distraction by devices all weaken connection slowly. Reclaim moments of presence. Presence builds safety. Could your brain be the reason you are still broke? Scientists have confirmed that a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts following you today. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. Guard your assumptions carefully. When you assume motives without clarification, resentment grows quickly. Ask for clarity instead of filling the gaps with fear. Clarity disarms misunderstanding. There may also be unresolved disappointment that you have not fully processed. Unspoken disappointment becomes quiet. Resentment. Quiet resentment shapes behavior in subtle ways. Address disappointment with honesty before it distorts your view of those you love. I am also urging you to strengthen your spiritual rhythm. Pray not only when conflict arises, but when peace is present. Gratitude spoken during calm seasons fortifies you for difficult ones. Consistency builds stability. The tragedy can still be stopped because you are not at the breaking point yet. You are at the warning point. Warning is mercy in action. It gives you the chance to choose differently. Watch how you speak during stress. If your words become cutting when you feel overwhelmed, slow down. Words once spoken cannot be retrieved. Choose restraint when emotions surge. You may also need to forgive yourself for past mistakes. Carrying guilt quietly can make you defensive. When you release guilt to me, you respond with greater calm and patience. Inner peace strengthens outer relationships. The atmosphere of your home is shaped daily by small habits. Encouragement strengthens it. Criticism weakens it. Kindness reinforces it. Neglect erodes it. There is someone near you who needs reassurance, but does not know how to ask. Their silence is not indifference. It is uncertainty about whether they matter. Speak affirmation intentionally. The tragedy I warned you about loses momentum each time you choose humility over pride. It retreats when you choose patience over anger. It weakens when you choose communication over silence. You must also guard against comparison. Looking at other families and measuring your own against them creates dissatisfaction. Every house has its own journey. Focus on nurturing what you have. I am reminding you that your home is worth protecting fiercely. Do not treat small fractures casually. Reinforce them now, while repair is simple. There may be hard conversations ahead, but hard does not mean harmful. Hard conversations handled with respect create healing. Avoided conversations create distance. If you delay correction because everything seems stable on the surface, you risk facing deeper pain later. Stability without maintenance is fragile. Maintenance now preserves peace. You are not alone in this process. I am strengthening your heart to act wisely. I am softening your spirit to respond gently. My presence is guiding every adjustment you make. Do not let fear of conflict keep you silent. Silence can be more destructive than disagreement. Speak with calm courage. The tragedy approaching your house does not have authority over you. It relies on neglect and pride to enter. Remove those entry points, and it has no place to settle. Choose today to interrupt cycles that have followed you for years. Choose to build new patterns rooted in patience and respect. Small changes repeated daily create powerful transformation. I am still warning you because I see the future that can be avoided. I desire stability, laughter, and warmth in your house. I desire unity instead of regret. Act while there is still softness in hearts. Act while conversations can still be gentle. Act while correction is still light. Now I need you to pay attention to something even more subtle. The tragedy I warned you about is not only connected to behavior and communication, it is connected to what you have allowed to remain unresolved in your own heart. A divided heart creates a divided house. When you are internally unsettled, that unrest spreads quietly into every room. There are disappointments you never fully grieved. You pushed them aside and told yourself to stay strong. Strength without healing becomes hardness. Hardness creates distance. The tragedy approaching your house feeds on that internal distance. When your heart is guarded, connection feels risky. When connection feels risky, you withhold vulnerability. Over time, withheld vulnerability turns into emotional separation. I am asking you to let me heal what you have been pretending no longer hurts. Old betrayal, past rejection, failures, you still replay in your mind. Those wounds shape how you respond today. Healing them protects your house tomorrow. You must stop pretending that silence equals peace. Silence often hides tension that no one wants to confront. True peace is built on honesty and restoration. Anything else is temporary. Calm before disruption. The tragedy I warned you about could manifest as someone in your house finally voicing years of quiet pain. It could come as a statement that shocks you because you believed everything was fine. I do not want that moment to catch you unprepared. I want you attentive now. Look at how you respond when someone brings up a concern. If you immediately defend yourself, you shut down progress. If you listen first and speak later, you open space for healing. Listening is protection. There may also be spiritual dryness affecting your discernment. When you drift from consistent connection with me, your clarity weakens. Decisions made without prayer often carry unintended consequences. Restore your daily connection so your judgment sharpens again. You must also examine the habits that numb you. Constant distraction. Overworking or escaping into entertainment may seem harmless. Over time, they replace meaningful presence. Presence is the glue that holds your house together. If you are ready to invite deeper healing so your home remains strong. Comment 1717. I want you to recognize how small disrespect accumulates. A tone that belittles. A joke that cuts too deep. A pattern of dismissing feelings. These moments may seem minor, but they slowly erode trust. Trust once weakened makes tragedy easier to enter. The tragedy approaching your house does not require dramatic betrayal. It can grow from emotional neglect. When someone feels unseen long enough, they begin to detach. Detachment is often the final stage before fracture. You must also be careful with unspoken expectations. When you expect others to read your mind, disappointment becomes inevitable. Speak your needs clearly and kindly. Clarity prevents resentment. There is also the matter of spiritual leadership within your home. If you have been passive in guiding the atmosphere, step forward gently but firmly. Pray aloud. Set a tone of gratitude. Create moments of reflection. Why did 583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research. And once hidden by the FBI, Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The tragedy will stop because you are not beyond correction. You are at a crossroads where humility determines outcome. Pride would lead you to ignore this warning. Humility will lead you to transformation. You may need to acknowledge where your own fears have caused control. Control often masquerades as protection. In reality, it suffocates trust. Release what you cannot manage and focus on what you can influence with love. Guard your house against cynicism. When sarcasm replaces sincerity, emotional safety weakens. Speak words that build rather than tear down. Words create atmosphere. There is someone in your home who feels they must be strong all the time. They are carrying more than you realize. Offer support before they collapse under silent pressure. Support strengthens unity. The tragedy I warned you about is weakened every time you choose compassion over irritation. It retreats when you prioritize God says, something big is coming to you today. And it is because you did not skip the last message. If you walk away from this, God will never forgive you. So, listen this right now. Don't skip. I'm speaking to you right now because what is coming today is tied to your obedience. And you must not look away, or you may miss the very thing you have prayed for in secret tears. If you believe that I am guiding your steps at this very moment, Deeper Amen. I am not repeating empty words, and I am not trying to entertain you because something has already been set in motion in your favor, and your attention is connected to its release. If you turn away carelessly, you may delay a blessing that was meant to break chains off your life. Something big is coming to you today because you chose not to skip what I placed before you, and that choice proved your hunger for me. I see how easily you could have ignored my voice, yet you stayed. And that staying has meaning in the spirit. This is not about fear, but about alignment, because when you remain attentive to me, you position yourself under open heavens. What is coming is not random, and it is not luck because it has been prepared with your name already written on it. Listen carefully, because what is arriving today carries weight and consequence. It is a shift that will begin quietly, but will echo through your future in ways you cannot yet see. It may come as an opportunity, a phone call, a conversation, or an unexpected door. But you must recognize it as my hand moving. If you ignore it, you may not understand later why you felt a chance slip through your fingers. In next few moments of your day, you will sense a change in atmosphere around you. That change is not your imagination, because I am stirring circumstances to bring you into what you have waited for. I have watched your patience when others doubted you, and I have seen the nights you wondered if I had forgotten. I have not forgotten, and what is coming is proof that I was working even when you saw nothing moving. I am asking you to stay until the end of this word, because there is something specific you must understand before the blessing appears. If this speaks to your heart, press like on this video as a sign that you are ready to receive what I am releasing over you today. Do not treat this lightly, because agreement opens doors that doubt keeps closed. I am not forcing you, but I am inviting you into a moment that can change the direction of your path. What is big about what is coming is not only its size, but its timing. You have reached a point where you almost gave up believing that anything new could happen for you. I saw that weariness building, and I decided that today would not be ordinary. Today carries a seed of transformation, and that seed will grow quickly if you nurture it with trust. You must understand why I said that walking away would carry consequence, It is not because I am cruel, but because when you repeatedly ignore my voice, your heart becomes harder to recognize it. I am protecting you from becoming numb to the very guidance that saves you from regret. Staying present right now is training your spirit to remain sensitive when the opportunity stands in front of you. Something big is coming because your obedience has created room for it. You did not skip the last word, and that small act showed me that you still care about my direction. I respond to hearts that lean toward me even in weakness. I reward the ones who stay when it would be easier to scroll past and move on. Today, you will notice something different about your confidence. It will feel stronger, almost surprising, as if a quiet boldness has settled inside you. That boldness is my spirit reminding you that you are not abandoned and not overlooked. When the moment arrives, you will need that courage to step forward instead of shrinking back. I am telling you clearly that this is connected to something you have been asking for. You may have prayed for stability, healing, restoration, or a new start. And I heard every word. I did not respond immediately because your character was still being shaped. Now you are ready for what is being placed in your hands. As this day unfolds, do not rush through it carelessly. Pay attention to small details because I often hide major breakthroughs inside simple interactions. A conversation may carry more meaning than it appears, and a decision may hold greater impact than you realize at first glance. What seems ordinary can become extraordinary when I breathe on it. If your heart trusts that I am working behind the scenes for you, comme en 1111, let that act be your declaration that you expect good to rise from today. I am not teasing you with false hope because I do not play with the emotions of my children. I am preparing you so that when the door opens, you recognize it and step through without fear. The reason this is urgent is because hesitation has cost you before. There were moments in your past when you doubted yourself and missed what was meant for you. I am giving you a new chance, and I want you alert and ready this time. I want you to move when I nudge you, instead of overthinking until the opportunity fades. There were times when you were close to breakthrough, but your focus drifted at the final step. I am correcting that pattern now. I am strengthening your attention so that when the blessing appears, you do not second-guess it. What is arriving today is connected to responsibility as much as it is connected to favor. You have prayed for increase, yet increase requires readiness. You have asked for change, yet change requires courage. I am not sending something into your life that will harm you, but I am sending something that will stretch you. Growth feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. A neuroscientist says, yes. A 9-word script long buried in government files can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Today, you will notice a door opening that once seemed locked. It may not look dramatic from the outside, but in the spirit, it is significant. I have been aligning people, timing, and circumstances so that this step forward does not collapse under pressure. What you are stepping into now has been prepared to sustain you. I want you to understand something clearly. When I say something big is coming, I am not only speaking about material gain, I am speaking about restoration in places where you felt overlooked. I am speaking about clarity where confusion once ruled your thoughts. You have carried silent battles that no one else saw. You smiled in public while fighting heaviness in private. I watched you hold yourself together when you felt like breaking. That quiet endurance has not gone unnoticed because you stayed attentive, because you did not skip what I placed before you. You have shown me that you are willing to learn. You are willing to grow. You are willing to trust, even when you do not fully understand. That posture of humility is what allows me to entrust you with more. I need you to guard your mind today. The enemy will try to whisper doubt just before the breakthrough arrives. He will remind you of past failures and try to convince you that you are not ready. Those whispers are not truth. They are fear trying to steal your expectation. When the opportunity shows itself, it may come disguised as something simple. It may be a conversation that leads to a new path. It may be a decision that seems small but changes the direction of your future. Do not overlook what feels ordinary. If you believe that I am positioning you for something greater than what you have known before, comment un deux. Let that declaration be a sign that you are stepping into agreement with my plan. Agreement unlocks doors that hesitation keeps shut. I respond to faith that moves, not faith that waits in fear. You have been in a season of preparation longer than you expected. There were delays that frustrated you. There were closed doors that left you confused. I allowed those moments because they were shaping your character. If I had released this blessing too early, it would have overwhelmed you. If I had opened this path before you were ready, you would have doubted yourself into retreat. Timing matters. And today marks a shift in that timing. You are stepping from preparation into participation. Something big is coming because you have matured in ways you do not even see yet. You are stronger than the version of yourself who once crumbled under pressure. You are wiser than the version of yourself who once trusted the wrong voices. You have learned discernment through pain. Do not fear the responsibility that comes with this new step. I will not send you alone. I will guide your decisions and steady your heart when uncertainty tries to rise. You are not being thrown into chaos. You are being led into purpose. There will be moments today when you feel a quiet confidence building inside you. That confidence is not arrogance. It is assurance. It is my spirit reminding you that you are chosen, protected, and seen. It is the inner knowing that you are no longer walking blindly. I want you to remain grateful even before you see the full result. Gratitude keeps your heart open. Gratitude keeps your vision clear. When you thank me in advance, you show me that you trust my promises more than your fears. The reason I spoke strongly about not walking away is because this is a turning point. Turning points require attention. When you miss a turn, you make the journey longer than it needed to be. I am helping you stay on the right path so you do not repeat old cycles. Some of what is coming will challenge your comfort zone. It will ask you to step forward when you would normally step back. It will ask you to speak when you would normally remain silent. This is growth, not punishment. You have asked me to elevate you. Elevation means new levels. New levels require new thinking. I am expanding your capacity to handle what you once prayed for. As the day continues, pay attention to the subtle nudges inside your spirit. That inner pull toward a decision is my guidance. That sudden clarity about what to do is not random. I am directing your steps carefully. If your heart is ready to move forward without hesitation, comment 760 d'accept. Let that be your declaration that you are done shrinking back. You are not meant to live in constant doubt. You are meant to walk in steady trust. Remember that something big does not always arrive with noise. Sometimes it arrives quietly, yet changes everything. Do not expect fireworks. Expect alignment. You are being positioned for stability. You are being positioned for growth. You are being positioned for impact beyond what you have imagined. This is not about impressing others. It is about fulfilling what I placed inside you long ago. I am proud of the progress you have made. Even when you stumbled, you got back up. Even when you questioned, you kept seeking. That perseverance is why today carries significance. Stay alert. Stay calm. Stay trusting. What is coming today is connected to your obedience and your willingness to listen all the way through. Could your brain be the reason you are still broke? Scientists have confirmed that a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth begins following you, starting today. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be for this next step to unfold. Trust that I am guiding you carefully. Trust that I am protecting you from missteps. Trust that what is arriving is not a test meant to break you, but a blessing designed to build you. The shift has already begun. The door is already moving. The opportunity is already forming. There is a reason your spirit feels alert right now. I am heightening your awareness because what is coming requires participation. You are not a spectator in this blessing. You are a partner with me in bringing it to life. The opportunity forming around you is tied to your obedience in small things. When you chose not to skip what I placed before you, you showed discipline. Discipline creates trust, and trust creates access. Access is what opens doors that were once sealed. You may notice certain fears trying to rise again. They will remind you of past disappointments and suggest that this time will end the same way. Those thoughts are not from me. I am not the author of confusion or defeat in your life. Today, you must reject the idea that you are unworthy of good things. You have carried guilt from mistakes that I already forgave. You have replayed old failures as if they still define you. They do not define you anymore. What is coming today carries a sense of confirmation. It will confirm that your waiting was not wasted. It will confirm that your prayers were not ignored. It will confirm that I was working behind scenes you could not see. You may feel excitement and hesitation at the same time. That is natural when stepping into new territory. Growth always feels unfamiliar before it feels comfortable. Do not mistake unfamiliarity for danger. If you truly believe I am guiding your steps into something greater, comment 1010, let that be your way of declaring that you trust my direction over your doubts. Trust strengthens your ability to act when the moment arrives. Doubt only delays what is meant for you. You are entering a space where your voice will matter more than it used to. There will be decisions that require clarity and courage. I have been training you quietly for this. Every lesson you learned through pain was preparation for this responsibility. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's today. Comparison will blur your focus and steal your peace. What I am doing in your life is tailored specifically to you. Your path is unique, and so is your timing. There is a connection forming that will surprise you. It may involve someone new entering your life, or someone familiar stepping into a different role. That connection is part of the big thing I spoke about. I am aligning relationships that support your next level. Be careful not to dismiss what seems small at first glance. The seed does not look like the tree it will become. The first step does not look like the full journey, but everything begins with something that appears simple. You have prayed for clarity about your future. Today, you will receive a glimpse of it. It may not be the entire picture, but it will be enough to move you forward with confidence. I do not reveal everything at once because growth happens in stages. Your obedience is creating momentum. Momentum is powerful because it carries you forward even when your emotions fluctuate. Stay aligned with me, and that momentum will continue building. What begins today will not fade quickly. There will be a moment when you must choose action over hesitation. That choice will determine how quickly you step into this new chapter. I am encouraging you now so that when that moment arrives, you recognize it. Courage will be required. But you will not be alone. If your heart is open and ready for this shift, Commence 555. Let that statement be your quiet commitment to move when I lead you. Movement shows faith in a way that words alone cannot. I respond to hearts that are willing to step forward. You are not being set up for failure. You are being positioned for growth. There is a difference, and you must see it clearly. Growth stretches you, but does not destroy you. The reason this feels urgent is because your season is changing. You have been in a phase of preparation and refinement. Now, you are transitioning into execution and manifestation. What you have learned will now be applied. Do not let pride interfere with this blessing. Stay humble and teachable. When you remain open to correction, you stay aligned with wisdom. Wisdom protects you from unnecessary setbacks. You will notice that some distractions lose their hold on you today. Things that once consumed your attention will seem less important. That is because your focus is being redirected toward purpose. Purpose demands priority. I am also strengthening your resilience. Even blessings require endurance. Not everyone will understand your new direction. Not everyone will celebrate your growth, but you must move forward anyway. This is not about proving anything to anyone. This is about stepping into what I have already declared over your life. You are not chasing something uncertain. You are responding to something I have prepared. Stay sensitive to my voice. When you feel that quiet inner assurance, follow it. When you sense peace about a decision, trust it. I am communicating with you in ways that go beyond words. Today is not ordinary. It carries spiritual weight. It carries divine alignment. It carries the beginning of something that will expand beyond this single day. You are capable of handling what is coming. I would not release it if you were not ready. I have measured your growth carefully. I have watched your heart mature. Let go of the fear that you will ruin this opportunity. That fear is rooted in past insecurity, not present reality. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. Why did 583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research, and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. As this unfolds, remain grounded in gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart soft and your perspective clear. When you thank me for what is forming, you show that you recognize my hand in it. What is coming today is not random. It is intentional. It is connected to your obedience and your willingness to stay attentive when it mattered most. There is a reason your heart feels a little restless. It is not anxiety meant to harm you, but anticipation meant to prepare you. When a new chapter begins, the pages start to turn before you fully understand the story. I am turning those pages carefully, making sure nothing is out of order. You are not being rushed, but you are being positioned. What is forming around you today is connected to restoration. You have lost things in the past that left quiet scars on your confidence. You trusted, and it broke. You hoped, and it delayed. I am restoring not only opportunities, but also your belief that good things can last. You may sense that your perspective is shifting. Problems that once felt overwhelming are beginning to look smaller. That is because I am lifting your viewpoint higher. When you see from my perspective, fear loses its authority. The big thing I spoke about is also tied to clarity. Confusion has clouded your decisions before, causing you to hesitate at important moments. Today, Clarity is cutting through that fog. You will know what to say and when to say it. Do not underestimate the power of a single decision today. One yes or one no can redirect your path significantly. I am giving you discernment so that you choose wisely. Listen to the peace inside you more than the noise around you. If you trust that I am ordering your steps even when you cannot see the full path. Comme en 999, let that be your quiet declaration that you are walking forward in confidence. Trust keeps your heart steady when outcomes are still forming. It anchors you in truth instead of speculation. Something else is happening beneath the surface. I am strengthening your identity. You have struggled at times with feeling unseen or undervalued. What is coming today will affirm that you are neither invisible nor insignificant. You are being brought into rooms that once felt out of reach. You are being placed in conversations that once seemed reserved for others. This is not about status. It is about purpose. I am expanding your influence so that your voice carries impact. You might feel moments of doubt rising again. That is natural when stepping into new territory. Doubt tries to protect you from disappointment, but it also blocks growth. Choose faith over doubt today. I am also healing your relationship with risk. In the past, risk felt dangerous because you were not sure of the outcome. Now, risk feels different because you know I am with you. When I lead you into something, I also sustain you through it. What is big about today is not only the event itself, but the internal shift it creates. You are beginning to see yourself differently. You are beginning to believe that you are capable of more than you once allowed. That belief will open doors long after today passes. Be mindful of how you speak about yourself. Words shape your perception. Speak with confidence and humility. Do not shrink your potential out of fear of standing out. There is also protection surrounding you right now. I am blocking paths that would lead to unnecessary struggle. Not every open door is from me, and not every delay is a denial. I am filtering what reaches you, so that what remains is aligned with your purpose. If your heart is ready to receive what I have prepared without self-sabotage, comme en 1515, let that phrase be your commitment to stop doubting your worth. Self-sabotage has delayed you before, but today you are choosing differently. You are choosing alignment over insecurity. You will notice that your reactions are calmer than they used to be. Situations that once triggered anxiety will now be met with steadiness. That is growth. That is evidence that you have matured through every lesson. I am not only giving you opportunity, I am giving you capacity. Capacity allows you to hold what you once prayed for without dropping it. It allows you to manage blessing without becoming overwhelmed. It allows you to stay grounded while stepping higher. Today marks a transition from waiting to acting. You have spent seasons asking and preparing. Now you are stepping into responding and building. This is the rhythm change I have been guiding you toward. Remember that I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be willing. Willing hearts move forward, even when certainty is incomplete. Willing hearts grow through mistakes instead of quitting because of them. There may be one moment today that feels especially significant. It might seem small to others, but you will feel its weight. Pay attention to that moment. It is part of the big shift I promised. I am also aligning your confidence with humility. Confidence without humility becomes pride. Humility without confidence becomes insecurity. I am balancing both inside you so that you walk steadily. The reason I emphasize not walking away is because consistency matters. Consistency in listening builds trust. Trust strengthens your spiritual awareness. Awareness protects you from missing what is right in front of you. You are stepping into a space where you will no longer underestimate your value. You will begin to recognize that your ideas matter, your presence matters, your obedience matters. This day will not look dramatic to everyone else, but it will feel meaningful to you. That is because you will sense the shift internally first. External results will follow in time. Keep your heart soft and your mind focused. Do not allow distractions to pull you away from the awareness I am building in you. Stay attentive. Something big is unfolding not only around you but within you. The external opportunity and the internal transformation are happening together. That is why this moment is so important. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on schedule for what I have prepared. The reason this day feels different is because your perspective is expanding. You are starting to see that what once looked like rejection was redirection. You are recognizing that delays were not punishments, but protection. That realization alone is a breakthrough inside you. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 1970s. 000 broke. People attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. What is unfolding now is not just about external gain. It is about internal authority. You are stepping into a version of yourself that carries conviction instead of confusion. That conviction will influence the choices you make before this day is over. I am increasing your sensitivity to my direction. You will notice subtle impressions guiding you. You will sense when to speak and when to remain silent. These quiet signals are part of the big thing I'm releasing into your life. There is also a release happening in your heart. You have carried burdens that were never meant to define you. Guilt, regret, and self-doubt have weighed on you longer than necessary. Today you are letting go of those weights because you are stepping into something that requires freedom. If you believe that I am lifting old heaviness from your life today, Comment 222. Let that phrase be your agreement with the release taking place. Agreement allows healing to move faster. Resistance only slows what is meant to bless you. You may notice that conversations feel different today. Words spoken around you will carry deeper meaning. Listen carefully to what is said and also to what is not said. I am revealing insight that will help you navigate wisely. The big shift coming to you includes clarity about your priorities. Things that once consumed your energy will begin to lose their grip. You will feel a stronger pull toward what truly matters. That redirection is part of your growth. You are also being strengthened emotionally. In the past, certain situations easily unsettled you. Now you are learning to remain steady. This steadiness will help you respond instead of react. I am aligning you with opportunities that reflect your true value. You have accepted less than you deserved before because you questioned your worth. That season is ending. You are beginning to expect what aligns with your calling. There may be a decision today that tests your courage. It will require you to step outside your comfort zone. Do not retreat when that moment comes. I have already equipped you with the strength you need. The reason I warned you not to walk away is because distraction would have caused you to miss this preparation. Preparation is invisible work that produces visible results. You are now ready to see those results manifest. Something within you is stabilizing. Your emotions are no longer controlling your vision. You are thinking more clearly and acting more intentionally. That is maturity forming inside you. If your heart is ready to embrace this new stability without fear, Comment 1717. Let that be your declaration that you are stepping forward with courage. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means moving despite it. I honor your willingness to move. The blessing forming today will not look exactly like what you imagined months ago. It may arrive in a different shape than you expected. Do not reject it because it does not match your previous picture. I often answer prayers in ways that exceed your limited vision. You are also gaining confidence in your own discernment. You will recognize when something aligns with peace and when it carries tension. Trust that inner awareness. I am sharpening your ability to sense what is right for you. The shift you are experiencing is not temporary excitement. It is lasting transformation. I am building something durable in your character. That durability will sustain you long after today ends. You may feel a renewed sense of hope rising inside you. Hope has been fragile in the past because disappointment weakened it. Today, hope feels stronger because it is anchored in experience. You have seen me carry you through storms before. There is also restoration of joy beginning to take place. Joy does not mean everything is perfect. It means you trust that I am working even when circumstances are still forming. That trust creates lightness in your spirit. Do not be surprised if someone notices a difference in you. Your confidence will be visible. Your calmness will be noticeable. That is because growth cannot stay hidden forever. The opportunity I am bringing is aligned with your long-term purpose. It is not a distraction. It is not a temporary thrill. It is a step toward a future that reflects who you are becoming. Stay alert to the details. Timing matters. Words matter. Choices matter. You are being guided with precision. I am also healing your relationship with patience. You have learned that waiting does not mean abandonment. Waiting has taught you endurance. Endurance has prepared you for responsibility. This day carries weight because it marks a transition. You are crossing from uncertainty into clarity. You are moving from hesitation into action. You are stepping from insecurity into assurance. Let go of the old narrative that told you you were always behind. That narrative is not truth. You were being prepared at exactly the pace necessary for your growth. Now the pace is shifting. You will sense a door opening that once seemed closed. It may not swing wide immediately, but it will begin to move. That movement is your signal to step closer. Remember that I am with you in every detail. I am guiding conversations. I am influencing outcomes. I am protecting you from what would harm you. You are not alone in this moment. You are not navigating blindly. You are walking under my direction. Something big is coming to you today because you stayed attentive when it mattered. That attentiveness has positioned you perfectly. Walk through this day with steady confidence. Speak with clarity. Decide with wisdom. There is a quiet shift happening in your confidence. You are no longer questioning whether you deserve good things. You are beginning to understand that my blessings are not rewards for perfection. They are responses to faith. Your willingness to stay attentive has opened space for what is arriving. You have grown through seasons that tried to break you. There were moments when you felt overlooked and forgotten, yet you did not completely turn away from me. That small thread of faith you kept holding on to has now become a rope strong enough to pull you forward. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. What is coming today is connected to the restoration of trust. Not only trust in me, but trust in yourself. You have doubted your decisions in the past because painful outcomes made you question your judgment. I am healing that hesitation and replacing it with clarity. You may notice that your thoughts feel more organized than usual. Ideas are flowing with less confusion. That clarity is part of the big shift. When your mind is clear, your actions become purposeful. If you believe I am restoring your confidence from the inside out, comme en 1919, let that be your declaration that you are ready to move with assurance. Confidence rooted in me will not collapse under pressure. It will remain steady, even when circumstances change. There will be a defining moment today when you must choose belief over fear. It may be subtle, almost easy to overlook. It may look like a simple decision to speak up, to respond, or to take initiative. That moment is connected to the door I am opening. You have prayed for a sign that I am working. Today's shift is that sign. It may not arrive with loud noise or dramatic display. Instead, it will arrive with inner certainty that you are on the right path. The reason I warned you not to walk away is because focus determines momentum. When you stay present, you catch opportunities at the right time. When you drift into distraction, you miss signals that were meant to guide you. I am sharpening your focus so you no longer miss what is meant for you. You are also stepping into a new level of responsibility. Blessings requires stewardship. Growth requires discipline. I am strengthening your ability to handle what is coming, so you do not drop it through carelessness. There is a conversation forming around you that will carry weight. Words spoken today may plant seeds that grow into long-term impact. Choose your responses wisely. Speak with calm authority instead of insecurity. I am also protecting you from making decisions based only on emotion. In the past, strong feelings sometimes led you into regret. Now I am balancing your heart and mind so you can act from wisdom. Wisdom will preserve what I am placing in your hands. You may sense that your environment feels different. The atmosphere around you feels lighter. That lightness is a sign that resistance is breaking. Doors that once felt stuck are beginning to loosen. If your heart is open to walking through this new door without shrinking back, comment? 555. Let that be your commitment to courage. Courage is not always loud or dramatic. It is steady and intentional. It moves quietly but firmly. You are not behind schedule. You are not late to your own blessing. You are arriving at the exact time your growth allows. Timing matters, and today's timing is intentional. The big thing coming to you today is not disconnected from your past struggles. It is connected to them. Every challenge you faced shaped your capacity for this moment. Nothing was wasted. You are also beginning to see that your past disappointments refined your discernment. You are less naive now. You are more aware of what aligns with your values. That awareness protects you as you step forward. Do not let impatience rush you through this process. Move thoughtfully. Move prayerfully. The pace I set for you is sustainable. Snorts. There will be moments today when you feel a surge of motivation. Act on it. Motivation paired with discipline produces results. I am giving you both. I am also increasing your resilience. Not every step will be easy, but none of them will be beyond your strength. I am walking beside you in every detail. You have waited for clarity about your direction. Today, clarity begins to settle. It may not answer every question, but it will remove enough uncertainty to move confidently. Stay grounded in gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart humble and receptive. When you acknowledge my hand in your progress, you invite more guidance. The shift happening today will ripple into tomorrow. It will influence decisions you make in the coming weeks. It will reshape how you see your own potential. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into order. I am organizing what once felt scattered. I am aligning what once felt disconnected. The reason this moment matters so much is because it marks the end of a cycle of hesitation. You are no longer paralyzed by what could go wrong. You are energized by what can go right. As the day unfolds, keep your spirit calm. Do not let outside noise disturb your inner clarity. I am speaking to you in a still, steady way. You are capable of handling what is coming. I have tested your endurance and strengthened your character. Now I am entrusting you with expansion. Expansion may stretch you, but it will not break you. It will reveal strengths you did not realize were there. Walk into the rest of this day knowing that you are guided. Speak with intention. Decide with confidence. You have carried an old identity for too long. That identity was shaped by survival, disappointment, and doubt. It helped you endure difficult seasons, but it is too small for where you are going now. What is coming today requires a stronger self-image rooted in truth. You are not fragile anymore. You are not easily shaken like before. The battles you faced quietly built a resilience that you did not notice forming. Now that resilience is becoming visible in your decisions and reactions, today you may feel an unusual boldness rising in you. That boldness is not recklessness. It is clarity about your worth. When you understand your worth, you stop negotiating with what drains you. The big shift I spoke about is also tied to boundaries. You are learning that saying no is sometimes just as important as saying yes. Protecting your time and energy will protect your growth. You cannot step into something greater while holding on to what keeps you small. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations. It's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. If you believe that I am strengthening you to walk in confidence and healthy boundaries, comment 770 sept. Let that phrase be your declaration that you are no longer shrinking to fit expectations that were never meant for you. Growth requires courage to stand firm. I am giving you that courage now. There is a recalibration happening in your priorities. Things that once felt urgent are now losing their importance. You are beginning to focus on long-term impact rather than short-term comfort. That shift is necessary for the expansion coming into your life. You have asked me to lead you into purpose. Purpose demands responsibility. Responsibility demands discipline. I am aligning all three within you, so that what I release into your hands does not overwhelm you. You may notice that certain relationships are shifting in tone. Some will grow stronger, others may feel distant. Do not panic when this happens. Alignment sometimes rearranges connections. I am not removing people to hurt you. I am refining your environment to support your calling. Not everyone can walk with you into the next level. Some were assigned to a previous chapter. The opportunity forming around you today may feel subtle at first. It may begin with a conversation, a thought, or a sudden idea that refuses to leave your mind. Pay attention to that persistence. When something aligns with my will, it stays. You are also being prepared to handle visibility. In the past, you were comfortable staying unnoticed. What is coming may place you in a position where others see your growth. That visibility is not for pride, but for influence. Influence carries responsibility. Your words will matter more. Your actions will inspire others. I am shaping your character so that your influence reflects integrity. There will be a moment today when fear tries to whisper that you are not ready. That whisper is rooted in your past. not your present. You are ready because I have trained you through hidden seasons. Preparation does not always feel dramatic, but it is powerful. If your heart is ready to step into greater responsibility without retreating, comment un deux. Let that be your agreement with the expansion unfolding. Agreement activates courage. It reminds you that you are not alone in this process. The reason I emphasize not walking away is because your attention determines your transformation. When you remain focused, you absorb what is meant to guide you. When you drift, you miss the refinement happening in real time. You are being refined now. Your patience is stronger. Your reactions are calmer. Your decisions are more thoughtful. This refinement is part of the big shift. I am also restoring your ambition in a healthy way. You once felt guilty for wanting more. You questioned whether it was wrong to desire growth. I placed ambition inside you for a reason. Ambition guided by me becomes purpose-driven, not ego-driven. It pushes you to build, create, and contribute. It helps you move beyond survival into impact. Today marks the beginning of a new rhythm. You will start thinking differently about your future. You will begin planning with clarity instead of confusion. That clarity is evidence that something significant is unfolding. Do not allow perfectionism to slow you down. You do not need flawless conditions to move forward. You need obedience and willingness. I will adjust the details as you walk. There is also a restoration of hope happening in areas you nearly abandoned. Dreams that felt unrealistic are resurfacing. I am reminding you that what I placed in your heart was not a mistake. You are stepping into a season where your efforts produce visible results. In the past, you worked hard without seeing immediate return. Now, you will start to see progress more clearly. Stay grounded in humility as this happens. Success without humility leads to isolation. Humility keeps your heart teachable and your spirit connected to me. You may feel waves of gratitude rising unexpectedly. Let that gratitude flow. Gratitude anchors you in peace and keeps anxiety from taking over. The big thing coming today is not only an event, but a turning point in your identity. You are no longer identifying with struggle as your permanent state. You are identifying with growth as your direction. Walk carefully, but confidently. Speak thoughtfully. Choose wisely. I am walking beside you in every detail. I am guiding conversations, opening doors, and closing distractions. You did not skip. You stayed attentive. Because of that, you are aligned with what I am releasing. There is a settling happening inside your spirit. The urgency you felt earlier is turning into calm focus. That is growth. When you first hear that something big is coming, excitement and nervousness mix together. But now, you are learning to stand steady instead of restless. What is arriving carries confirmation. It will confirm that your obedience was not wasted. It will confirm that staying attentive mattered more than you thought. It will confirm that I truly was speaking to you and not just stirring emotion. You have reached a point where you can handle clarity without fear. In the past, clarity sometimes overwhelmed you because it required change. Now you are ready for change. You understand that growth demands movement. There is also a strengthening in your decision-making. You are not as easily swayed by outside opinions. You are listening more closely to the peace inside you. That peace is my guidance directing you forward. If you trust that I am leading you into something stable and lasting, comment ils disent. Let that phrase be your agreement with the stability forming around you. Stability is what allows growth to continue instead of collapse. I am building you on solid ground. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs. Proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You may notice that certain distractions feel less appealing today. What once grabbed your attention now seems unimportant. That shift is part of your maturity. When your focus sharpens, your direction becomes clearer. The big thing coming to you today also involves responsibility toward your future self. You are beginning to think long-term instead of short-term. That change alone will alter the course of your life. Wise decisions compound over time. I'm restoring your confidence in your own voice. There were times when you doubted whether your words mattered. You held back ideas because you feared rejection. That hesitation is dissolving. You will find yourself speaking with more clarity and less apology. That does not mean you are becoming harsh. It means you are becoming certain. Certainty rooted in me creates influence that is steady and respectful. There may be one conversation today that feels significant. It might seem ordinary to others, but you will sense its importance. Pay attention to how you respond. Your response will help shape what unfolds next. You are not being tested to fail. You are being invited to step forward. Invitation feels different from pressure. Pressure forces. Invitation calls gently but firmly. The reason I spoke strongly about not walking away is because attention shapes destiny. Small moments of focus can create large shifts. You are in one of those moments now. I am also healing your relationship with risk. In the past, you saw risk only as danger. Now you are beginning to see it as opportunity when guided by me. Discerned risk leads to expansion. If your heart is ready to move forward without shrinking back into old patterns, Comment 222, let that be your declaration that you are breaking cycles of hesitation. Breaking cycles requires awareness and courage. You now have both. You are also gaining emotional steadiness. Situations that once would have unsettled you now feel manageable. That is not because life is easier, but because you are stronger. The opportunity forming around you is aligned with your growth. It will not demand that you become someone you are not. It will call you to become more fully who you already are. Do not let fear of responsibility cause you to doubt this moment. Responsibility is a sign of trust. I would not entrust you with more if you were not ready. You have been shaped through seasons of hidden preparation. Those seasons felt quiet and sometimes frustrating. Now you are stepping into visible movement. Visible movement is built on hidden work. There is also a restoration of hope in areas where you once felt discouraged. You had almost accepted less than what you desired. Today, you are remembering that you were created for more. Stay grounded as this unfolds. Humility keeps your heart open and your mind clear. Pride clouds judgment, but humility sharpens discernment. You may sense a deep peace settling in by the end of this day. That peace will not be based on perfect circumstances. It will be based on alignment. When you know you are walking in step with me, peace follows. The big shift happening today is setting a new pattern for how you approach opportunity. Instead of doubting first, you are believing first. Instead of retreating first, you are considering stepping forward. This is growth. This is maturity. This is transformation unfolding in real time. You are not late. You are not behind. Walk through the rest of this day with awareness. Notice the subtle confirmations. Notice the strengthening inside you. You did not skip. You did not walk away. You chose to listen. Because of that choice, You are now experiencing the beginning of a shift that will carry into tomorrow and beyond. What started as a word is becoming reality. What felt like anticipation is becoming action. Trust what you sense. Trust the peace guiding you. Trust that I am ordering your steps with precision. You are not the same person who first began listening. At the beginning, there was curiosity mixed with fear. Now there is awareness mixed with confidence. That change inside you is evidence that I have been working deeply, not just externally. There is a new steadiness in your spirit. Earlier seasons caused you to overthink every opportunity. You questioned whether good things could truly last. Today you are sensing that stability is possible because you are rooted differently. The opportunity or shift unfolding now carries long-term impact. It may begin small, but it will echo into future decisions. That is why I warned you not to walk away. Small beginnings often carry the greatest weight. If you believe today marks a real turning point in your life, Comment 999. Let that be your agreement with the transformation taking place. Agreement strengthens your awareness. It reminds you that this is not random. You are also stepping into deeper responsibility for your own growth. In the past, you sometimes waited for others to validate your direction. Now you are learning to trust the peace I place within you. That peace is a compass. There is clarity forming around your next steps. It may not answer every question about your future, but it removes enough doubt for you to move with confidence. Movement is what activates progress. You are no longer shrinking when new possibilities appear. You are evaluating them with wisdom instead of fear. That difference alone will change your trajectory. The big shift today also includes healing in the way you see your past. You are no longer defining yourself by mistakes or missed chances. You are beginning to see those moments as lessons that refined you. What if everything you have been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, and life-changing. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. This new perspective frees you from regret. Regret once held you back from acting boldly. Now you understand that growth comes from learning, not from perfection. I am also strengthening your discipline. Excitement alone does not sustain long-term change. Discipline ensures that what begins today continues tomorrow. I am building habits in you that support your calling. You may feel a renewed sense of focus settling in. Distractions that once consumed you now seem less appealing. That focus is necessary for the expansion unfolding. There will be moments when old doubts try to resurface. They will attempt to remind you of times when things did not work out. Do not give them authority. Your past does not control your present. If your heart is ready to leave hesitation behind and walk forward with conviction, Comment 1515. Let that be your declaration that you are embracing this new chapter. Conviction anchors you when emotions fluctuate. It keeps you steady in transition. You are also recognizing that growth sometimes requires uncomfortable conversations. Avoiding discomfort kept you stagnant before. Now you are learning to address what needs attention. This day is marking the end of a pattern of avoidance. You are stepping into engagement with your purpose, your potential, and your responsibilities. I am aligning your ambition with humility. You are allowed to desire more. You are allowed to build, create, and pursue what I have placed in your heart. When those desires are aligned with me, they become powerful. You are also being prepared to handle success without losing your grounding. Success can test character just as much as struggle does. I am shaping you to remain steady in both. There is peace in knowing that you are not navigating this alone. I am guiding conversations. I am influencing outcomes. I am closing doors that would distract you. The reason this moment matters so much is because it resets your self-perception. You are no longer seeing yourself as someone who is always waiting. You are seeing yourself as someone who is moving. Movement creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence strengthens faith. You are also learning to trust timing. In the past, impatience caused you to rush or withdraw. Now you are sensing the right pace. The right pace prevents burnout and regret. As the day continues, remain attentive to subtle confirmations. A sense of peace after a decision is confirmation. A feeling of alignment in a conversation is confirmation. You have grown into someone capable of handling what once intimidated you. That growth did not happen overnight. It formed slowly through obedience and reflection. The big thing I promised is not fading. It is stabilizing. It is integrating into your daily life. You are stepping into a season where your actions align more consistently with your beliefs. That alignment reduces inner conflict. It strengthens integrity. Do not look for fireworks to validate what is happening. Look for steadiness. Look for clarity. Look for peace. You chose not to skip. You chose to remain present. That choice has positioned you perfectly. From this day forward, you will approach opportunities differently. You will pause, discern, and then act with confidence.